Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues, and today we are taking a look at Nightwing from the Batman Arkham City DC Universe Mattel Batman Legacy Edition. A mouthful to say there with all the different things that this figure is, but what this figure is a great figure. As much as Robin, I was very excited to see that we were going to get a Nightwing, not only in the video game, but a figure as well. And as small of a part that Robin has in Arkham City, Nightwing has an even smaller part as a zero part in the story, but in the challenge maps you can play as Nightwing. So I was very surprised that we were getting a Nightwing figure, so I think this is very, very cool. The packaging is very much the same as the Arkham City Batman Legacy figures that we've already received, and the Batman Legacy figures that we've been receiving up to this part as well. Didn't know what the heck I was going to say right there. The nice little side panel of Nightwing here. If it were me, I would have used artwork from the video game. The little one-shot, the black and white of Nightwing reveal that we got before the game came out. I think they could have used that there. Same Batman here at the top. He does come with a Arkham City poster included, and the poster you might think would be of Nightwing. No, it's going to be of Batman, which again, all the Legacy Edition figures come with a poster representing who is inside the box. So I would have done Nightwing, but they're doing Batman. I'll be curious to see what they do with Harley Quinn, if they give her another Batman figure or poster. Speaking of Harley, the other figure that comes in this wave is Harley Quinn. And if you can see her here, she is very, very much the same, almost identical to the DC Direct version of this figure. So I opted to buy another figure from Amazon instead. I bought a Poison Ivy from Arkham Asylum to go with my Arkham theme. So I think I'll probably wait and pick her up in the store. I'm still kind of on the fence right now if I'm going to. For the review sake, I really want to, but for money's sake, I decided to spend some of my birthday money other places. So there you go. That is that. Hopefully I'll pick her up soon so we can do that review. Speaking of review, let's review the write-up here of Nightwing. I read this beforehand, and this is a very good review, or write-up of Nightwing. It says, experienced, agile protector. High-flying Dick Grayson was born into show business, the son of world-famous aerialist the Flying Graysons. But Dick's life changed forever when his parents were killed by the mob, sabotaged during their circus act. Ultimately, Dick became the ward of billionaire Bruce Wayne, under whose tutelage Grayson would combine his aerialist skills, there you go, with martial arts training, enabling the young man to become Batman's agile sidekick Robin. Now an adult, Grayson has stepped out of his mentor's shadow and become Nightwing, protector of Bloodhaven, a town as plagued by corruption and crime as Gotham City. I think that is a fantastic write-up of Nightwing. Some of the other write-ups seem a little off, but I think that's just a good bio in general for Nightwing. Still very, you can see Nightwing there in the background. Hello. The other part of the packaging, the bats that are behind, there we go, behind this banner up here, which I think is very cool. But since we've seen Nightwing in the background, let's pull my base up a little closer. Don't be shy, Nightwing, and we will drop the table a little bit, shine some light onto the subject. And here we are. Nightwing is a fantastic looking figure. Let's zoom out here, Rob, a little bit. I think his head sculpt is awesome. A lot of good detail into the face and the hair. I think his mask is really good. And like in the video game, if you have seen it, kind of has this textured, almost semi-armored suit with kind of the rivets in here. Very much like Batman and Robin's suit. Very textured here, as Batman's is also. This kind of mesh look here. I like how the blue is here, going down the arm and onto the knuckles, if you can see that there. Fantastic, fantastic figure. I am beyond ecstatic with Nightwing here. I was very happy to see that we were getting a Nightwing, even though his part in the game is, like I said, 0. He's just in the challenge maps only, and hopefully Rocksteady will release some extra download content that you can have a little bit of a story with Nightwing and Robin. If nothing else, open up a free roam with the characters. Nightwing does sport all the normal DC-UC articulation. Something I had noticed is that his waist does not want to turn hardly at all for me. It feels like it's there's a catch in here somewhere. Part of me says, oh, if I just turn it, it's probably just tight, but I'm afraid I'll snap him in half, and I really don't want to do that. As you can see, he also has the ab crunch here. Much like Catwoman, he can arch his back quite a bit, which I find that kind of odd. Looks like he's eaten a little too many bat snacks down in the cave. But his head's on a nice little ball joint, so he gets a good amount of articulation. Said all the normal DC-UC articulation points, turns at the wrist, and all that stuff. So many of you have seen reviews for DC-UC, so excuse me. Something else that he comes with is an accessory, which is rare in the Batman Legacy to get an accessory. Only a few figures have. And you may be saying to yourself, Rob, I have seen this stick before. Where have I seen it? It's right here. It is from Nightwing. And Bronze Tiger also has the same sticks as well. Speaking of Nightwing, I have the Renegade version of Nightwing. And he's very close to his New 52 costume. I've thought about trying to find a regular Nightwing here and swap out the heads and possibly even paint this all black as he appears in the comic. But nonetheless, there is that Nightwing. Let's put him up a little bit higher so you can see. I do have one other Nightwing, and that is from the 2003 Batman toy line. So you can see 3 varying heights here for Nightwing. So actually, much shorter than the DC-UC figures, and then of course with the Batman Legacy to DC Direct, the 2 Nightwings. This one is obviously taller, and of course we know that the reason they are that tall is because they wanted to have them match in size and scale with the DC Direct version. And as you can tell, this Nightwing works very, very well with the DC Direct version. So at least until right now, we don't know if we're going to get a Nightwing in the DC Direct version. So I think this is a way to go, regardless if you're doing, just DC Direct or Mattel. I think this is a fantastic figure. I think you need to go pick him up. As I'm looking here at my table with everything all spread out, he does come with a couple other accessories. He comes with a stand, as always in the Batman Legacy. A nice gray, probably to represent the modern age. It's got his name on it, works really well. And seems to stand on it just about the same as everybody else, kind of awkwardly, but does work if you did want to pose him with a stand. It'll make him just even more taller, but he stands up very well on his own. And of course he does come with a poster, but as we mentioned, it's a poster of Batman, and it's a nice little poster, and it came all crinkled inside the box there. So I don't know if I will be putting this poster up. I haven't put any poster up yet, so that could have been Nightwing. I still don't think I would have done anything with it, but yeah, hey, it's a poster nonetheless. So while we're looking at Nightwing here, we can bring up some other figures from the Batman Legacy, which, for me, these are the 2 figures to get, Robin and Nightwing. I think this Robin is fantastic, and he may edge out the DC Direct version, which the longer I have the DC Direct version Robin, the more I'm really warming up to it, but I still really, really like this Robin. Cape could have been longer, but I've said that before. So, and another figure that I think is a must-have to get from this line is definitely Catwoman. I mean, these are the 3 figures to get. Of course, with these figures, let's move Catwoman up here a little bit closer. These 2 come in 2 packs, so Robin comes with the Joker, and Catwoman comes with Batman, obviously, if he's going to stand. And last but not least from the line, we have Two-Face. I think I've said before, obviously with the Two-Face we have this Batman here. Let's see if I kind of put him there. But this Batman would be the one that I will pose with everybody else. But I think a solid wave. The only one I'm missing, obviously, is Harley Quinn, which I imagine I will get her before too long. But if you're going the Mattel route, I think this is a really nice way to wrap up the Arkham City wave. Almost. Harley's not here. But Nightwing is a fantastic figure. I cannot say enough good things about Nightwing. Yes, I do have a couple issues with his waist not being able to turn, but I don't know if I'm going to do much turning of the waist with Nightwing. I can get him in a lot of cool poses without having to turn. So this is going to wrap up Nightwing's review here, and pretty much the Arkham City wave for me from Mattel. If I'm able to come across Harley, we'll review her and do everything that way. So enough rambling, Rob. As always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues signing off and saying we will see you guys next time.